Hello, my dear friend. You didn't arrive here by chance. You were brought here, carried by timing itself, because heaven decided that the story others wrote about you has reached its expiration date. The version of you that was too tired to speak, too polite to resist, too gentle to guard your peace. That version no longer lives here. They might still call your name the way they used to, hoping to awaken an echo of who you were. But there will be silence, because the one who answers now is not the same. There comes a sacred moment in every calling where you stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and begin to whisper, "Maybe I was right all along." This is that moment. You're not rising to escape life. You're aligning to live it fully, truthfully, fearlessly. The fog you once fought through wasn't weakness. It was revelation forming. The veil that kept your eyes dim is gone, and now you see with a clarity that cannot be reversed. Those who misread you will feel it first, not because you've grown harsh, but because your presence no longer agrees with what is false. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32. That freedom is now echoing through you. Watch how it changes the air around you. Conversations that once drained you begin to lose their grip. The rooms that once stole your peace now have no access to your energy. That isn't coldness, that's authenticity. You are finally walking at your true temperature, a divine equilibrium that refuses to bend for what is beneath your assignment. Picture a tuning fork struck in a noisy hall. It doesn't scream to be heard. It simply holds a pure note, and everything out of tune trembles at its sound. That's you now. You are the resonance of truth, and anything not aligned either rises to meet your frequency or fades away in silence. You've stopped explaining what your spirit already knows. You've stopped watering down your conviction to make others comfortable. You're finally living the verse, "Let your yes be yes, and your no, no." Matthew 5:37. Watch how quickly peace finds you when your words align with your knowing. You faced resistance, yes, real and disguised. Some came wrapped in smiles, others cloaked in loyalty. But it wasn't random. You were refined there. Like steel in the fire, you were heated, hammered, cooled, and strengthened. What you called setback, heaven called forging. And now your edge holds. You are no longer the one who tolerated half-truths to keep everyone comfortable. You have become steady, not hard, but clear. This steadiness shows up as fewer words, sharper boundaries, and a timeline that no longer loops. Patterns that once replayed endlessly have finally ceased. Not because others changed first, but because you did. The weight you carry hasn't vanished, but it has meaning now. What once felt chaotic now feels orchestrated. You can trace the purpose in every closure, see the upgrade in every delay, sense the divine rhythm in every pause. You can finally say, "I see why that ended, and I'm grateful." That's what maturity in spirit looks like. Not distance, not ice, but mastery. Your name is entering rooms that used to overlook you. People will adjust their tone, not from fear, but from reverence. They can sense that your life no longer permits careless handling. They'll pause before assuming access. That shift is not pride, it's divine order. You've become costly in the best sense, because access to you now requires truth. Some will rise to meet that honesty and astonish you with their growth. Others will shrink away. Let them. If someone has to minimize truth to walk beside you, they aren't walking with you. They're walking beside a memory, and that costume doesn't fit you anymore. What's unfolding inside you is not a phase. It's covenant. You will keep your softness, but no longer spend it foolishly. You will lead with kindness, but never mistake kindness for permission to be mistreated. You will bless freely, yet refuse to finance dysfunction. This is not you getting tougher. This is you becoming accurate about your value. Every calling has a night where the compass clicks to true north. Tonight is that night. The road didn't shift, you did. And look at you now, breathing easier, choosing cleaner, walking with certainty. This is alignment. This is what forward really feels like. It's not noisy, it's steady, it's sure. Remember this, your life is about to become proof that faith works, that integrity sustains, that patience pays. You don't need to announce it, just live it. The ones who need you confused will call it arrogance. Don't answer. The ones who prayed for your strength will call it beautiful. Receive that. And the one who brought you here will whisper, "Well done, my child." Matthew 25:21. This is the beginning of your undeniable era. You have nothing left to earn to be worthy of it. Worth was already given. What remains now is stewardship, and you're ready. From this point forward, you will keep feeling that sacred separation, not dramatic, but clean. Invitations that once tempted you no longer hold your interest. Arguments that once trapped you feel too small to enter. Old roles have loosened and fallen away. That's not loss, it's release. You haven't lost your circle, you found your lane, and your lane carries responsibility. You speak life without flattery. You set boundaries without apology. You keep your promises even when no one claps. You move in truth even when it costs you comfort. That steadiness is altering outcomes around you. Opportunities that used to slip are now standing firm. Projects that once wobbled are finding traction. Provision is meeting you like a key finding its lock. Yes, some have tested your edges to see if your change was real. They pressed old buttons, waiting for the old you to return, but nothing responded. Your reactions are no longer for sale. You've become untouchable, not because you hide, but because you no longer negotiate with what you've outgrown. Think of walking through divine security gates. Your presence reveals what talk cannot. Pretense beeps. Jealousy beeps. Control disguised as care beeps. But you don't chase those sounds. You simply recognize, adjust, and keep walking. That's wisdom. Time has already begun bending in your favor. What once felt delayed is now divine redirection. Missed opportunities are reappearing, restored, and refined. Doors that denied you act as though they never closed. You haven't wasted breath explaining your transformation. You've been too busy building the future. Your heart remembers pain, yes, but even in that ache, you're proof that peace speaks louder than revenge. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. You've learned that stillness is strength and clarity is protection. Your life is becoming a living declaration. Favor follows clarity. The more aligned your yes becomes, the more resources flow to meet it. Heaven never rewarded image. It always partnered with integrity. You learn that slowly but deeply. That's why your wisdom holds weight. You've begun leading without even trying to lead. Your calm gives others courage. Your refusal to entertain chaos gives others permission to end it. This is how transformation spreads, not through noise, but through one soul living clean enough for others to see what peace really looks like. You've known grief too, not the kind that destroys, but the kind that clears. You've been burying old dreams that belong to a former version of you. You've been laying down habits that once protected you when you didn't yet have words. You've honored those seasons and stepped forward light. New capacity is finding you because you made room. You've been paying attention to what glows when you pray, to the ideas that won't stop knocking, to the peace that follows your no. Those are your instructions, and you've been obeying beautifully. You've stopped trying to be both judge and builder. You've released the courtroom in your mind. Now your life itself is the evidence, and no one can dismiss it. Truth is speaking louder than stories. You don't need to defend yourself anymore. You're too busy creating proof. You're blessing your work, your home, your body, your rest. You're changing atmospheres with your words. You're standing in the doorway you once prayed for. Everything behind you trained your hands. Everything ahead of you is waiting for your touch. You've already stepped through. This is the hour where forward stops being an idea and becomes a footprint. You've been taking the steps all along, forgiving, releasing, building, applying, planting. The old page is full, and this, right now, is the turn. You're not hoping to become who you were meant to be. You are being them now. When tomorrow meets you, it will find someone steady, whole, chosen, someone who finally knows they are enough. So close the door gently behind you. Don't look back, face forward, walk. It's done. Behold, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19.